Hey y'all, welcome back. I am going to give it at least 2 to 3 minutes before I get this started. That'll give YouTube time to send out notifications and time for y'all to, join in. I know this is Memorial Day and a lot of people is probably out or whatnot, but I do these videos every year, and so there is multiple videos on this that I've already done each year, but I got so many new people coming to the channel, so I'll refresh your videos, live screens or whatnot. So I had mentioned in a couple live screens ago when we was talking about gardening and stuff that I was gonna be doing this particular video, but I decided to just do a live screen because it'll be a lot easier. Okay, so y'all knew it was coming, you just didn't know when it was coming. All right, so I gotta get it done today. Will be a perfect day because can you believe we are in May and it's 65 degrees here today? We've been having hot weather, but we got some rain and it's 65 degrees. Okay, it's gloomy outside, so I am in the garage while I'm making this. But it's time to make it because y'all, it's so many bugs in the garden from all that rain and stuff. And I'm gonna talk for a minute when a couple people come in here, a couple more people come in here. I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute about something before we get to making these sprays. Okay, and I'm gonna try to break everything down to y'all because I know it's a lot of new ones. And just keep in mind, I'm not on here to try to sell anything, none of that type of stuff. I literally show y'all what I do. I've been doing this for years. I've been gardening since a child, okay? And so I have my beliefs. I've tried different things that people have asked me to try, and I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. You can tell a seasoned gardener from a gardener that's just starting. You can tell a old seasoned gardener. We garden a little different, okay? So there's things that people may not agree with, and that is fine, but I'm not going to change it because this is what works for me. This is what I know to work, and sometimes people will change their thoughts or whatnot. So after they are able to see what works for what does and does not work. Y'all already know I've been telling y'all for years when it comes to my gardening, I do not go to Google. I don't go to Google for everything. Now, I may look up this, that, and the other, but then I take it and I do it from what I know, okay? I don't listen to Google a lot because a lot of times it be people trying to make money, okay? So my garden and the way I garden is not going to be like everybody else. I keep it simple, okay? Simple as possible. I don't go into a whole lot of stuff. I've told y'all that. And that's just the way I do it. I remember I tell you, gardening is supposed to be fun. If you make it hard, it may not never get done, okay? So, this one, I do these videos every year, okay? And like I said, I mentioned it in a live screen, previous live screen a couple days ago that I'll be doing this video, or whatnot. But this one gonna be a little different because I want to tell y'all something. And like I say, I'm gonna give you the real, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, and every year I get people that be up on the fence, get in my comment section and say, oh, this, that, and the other, if it's my sprays or my fertilizer. And y'all know I'm a miracle grow girl. Y'all know this, okay? But people have their own opinions or whatnot. I can only give you the true, it is what it is, okay? And that's what I'm gonna do. All right. So sometimes you have to feel what's good for you, okay? So I got 10 people in here. Do I have any seasoned gardeners in here right now? Any seasoned gardeners? Let's see. She looks so good. I love your show. Yes, don't change. Thank you, Ziggy. Hey, PNG. So do I have any seasoned gardeners in here? Give me a thumb. Some of y'all probably won't. But if I got anybody that's been growing food or just been a gardener, let at least you learn something every season. I'm gonna say at least been growing food or gardening for at least 3 to 5 years. Okay, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 years, constant. Okay. Hey, Don. Okay, so I ain't got nobody saying nothing, so I'm gonna assume I got some seasoned gardeners in here. Okay, I'm gonna assume that. But if I got seasoned gardeners in here or you see the replay, I'm pretty sure you'll probably comment and let me know what you think, okay? But new beginner gardeners, okay? Let me tell you this. A lot of people talk about organic, and I have said this for years. And a lot of y'all ain't gonna like what I gotta say about it. But I'm giving you the real, the raw, the common sense. There's no garden ever will be organic. So a lot of people waste their money on organic this and organic that and organic this. You're lining these people's pockets. Your garden is not organic. Just with the pollution and stuff that's on the outside. The elements of the outside is the main reason why your garden is not organic. It's not. All the smoke and stuff, the exhaust and stuff, the elements of animals that's been in this area, going through your garden at night, rummaging through, that stuff is in the soil. Your garden will never be completely organic. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. I've never understood, other than people lining their pockets, of organic. I've always told y'all, those that's been rocking with me for a while, there's always a place for organic matter in your garden, and there's always a place for synthetic matter in your garden. Now, you're probably like, MGL, well, we should just buy the stuff from the store then if we're going to put synthetic stuff in our garden. No. The stuff in the store has more stuff like hormones, a lot of different pesticides. Okay? A lot of different pesticides. So many hormones and all extra stuff to make sure they can get a mass production of food to be able to ship to grocery stores and stuff. So you still eliminate a lot of stuff by growing your own food that you won't get from the grocery store. Okay? You have a lot of recalls on a lot of produce and stuff. Salmonella, E. coli, and them came in contact with different things. So no, growing your own food is the best way. But let me tell y'all something. You get wrapped up with all these people talking about organic this, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. I have tried things because y'all have asked me, hey, MGL, try. I don't see no difference. So I use organic and synthetic because I know gardening. And I'm not going to tell you to go buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that when you don't need to. You literally don't need to. These people is going and dealt with all these numbers and stuff. And most of you done heard me say this. All these numbers and stuff saying this, oh, you got to have this, you got to have that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You would drive yourself crazy just to grow some fruit, just to get a plant to grow. Now, when it comes to the bugs, I don't care what nobody say. These bugs ain't the same bugs from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. There's a lot of new bugs. I don't know where they coming from. They migrating, they mating with different things. They doing this, they doing that, all this. On top of that, the weather. All this rain we've been getting in certain areas. Today is May 26th and it's 65 degrees here and we was 80 degrees yesterday. Raining off and on. Aphids, white flies, everywhere. Squash bugs, everywhere. They not an infestation of that and you got all the elements of breeding going on. A lot of natural sprays ain't going to take care of that. I don't care how you look at it. And you'll end up putting on a lot of work for growing food and won't have no food. I'm telling you from experience and from someone, I don't know it all. But I'm telling you from somebody that has grown up in hot Mississippi and has been gardening ever since a child. Right along with my grandma. Okay? I'm telling you. Times is different from back then. I use a lot of Miracle Grow products. And people come in my comments every year. Oh, Miracle Grow this. It's people back home that's 80, 90 years old still growing food. And Miracle Grow is all, that's all we use. I don't deal with Miracle Grow Organics. I don't like it. And I'm a Miracle Grow person. I have bought their stuff when they came out with it a couple years ago. It brings flies. I'm coastal. We already have water inlets. I have a water inlet less than 30 seconds from my house that runs into the Atlantic Ocean. We already have too much that going on that flies. And even if you're not coastal, you still have flies. So imagine when something dies in that ocean and we smell fish, we walk outside and we smell dead, rotten fish because of the water inlets. Imagine what them flies is. Things like when it comes to a lot of things, and I'll talk about fertilizing on another live stream. I may come back and do one after this. So we're going to stay with the sprays. But a lot of Miracle Grow stuff that's organic, I don't touch. I spent wasted money on it trying it, so I couldn't say don't get it without trying it. I'm not going to do that. I don't like it. It stink. Okay? It stink. And it don't really do what the all-purpose does. Okay? So, yeah. I saw that Miracle Grow had some type of spray. I don't know. I may try it. I don't know, because I do love Miracle Grow. I may try it. But what I'm trying to get you to see, when it comes to your sprays and stuff, you will put all this work and time and effort in growing your food for bugs to just eat it. Biting in a tomato and going to another tomato. Biting in that one, going into another one. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. As it get hotter and hotter, and then you have that rain, you're going to need something stronger than a lot of this stuff that is watered down. Okay? Now, for a year, I don't have any because I'm waiting on it to come from Amazon. But y'all have already heard me talk about neem oil. Neem oil is really, really good if you get the right kind. See, you need neem oil, cold pressed neem oil with the active ingredient azarayan in it. I'm probably not saying that right, but y'all will get the point. You need that, okay? This right here, it'll work, but not too good. It's watered down. I also have one that's already mixed. This is the concentrated one that I got a couple years ago that was clearance out at Walmart for $4. Okay? You can use this, but don't be surprised, depending on your area, if it don't work too well. Okay? I'm going to be making some of this up today because I don't have no more of my cold press with the active ingredient azarayan in it from concentrate. Okay, you need that neem oil, not just any neem oil. Okay, I tell y'all that every time. You can order it from Amazon, and it's a little pricey, but you get a lot of it, and you mix it with water. And if you want to add you a little dishwashing liquid to it, you can. Okay, but follow the instructions on the bottom. Don't add the dishwashing liquid unless you want to. Okay, I have done it both ways. All right. Something else. Now, I'm going to go into the synthetic really quick because I ain't going to lie to y'all. When the bugs get real crazy and my natural spray seems like it's taking forever and there's an infestation going on, yes, I use synthetic. And I just started this last year because I got tired of it. Before then, if I was going to use it, I'll let y'all know. I've been using my natural sprays that I'm about to make and show y'all. But last year, I showed y'all this last year. Because I'm not going to do nothing out there without putting y'all up on game now. I'm going to put you up on it. You use it at your own risk. Okay? This year, I saw some aphids on some of my fruit trees. Whole festation of them. And I know it's coming from the rain. So, I'm going to be nice and use my natural spray. But I'm finna show you this. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to use this because I got it on hand. And if they get out of control, I'm using it. All right? Okay. All right. Just make sure we know this. Let me get it. than a spider web. All right, let me get this for y'all. Right. And a lot of y'all gonna have something to say about it, and that's all right. But as you start growing your food, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. And you have to do this according to the weather. The weather ain't normal. The bugs ain't normal. So I ain't gonna use nothing normal. Okay? This right here. 7. The spray, not the dust. The spray. And when I tell you this get rid of aphids and stuff, it ain't your organic stuff. But I'd rather use this than to have my stuff eaten. Okay? Bought that last year. It works. Mark my word. You can use all the natural stuff you want. But y'all, if you be honest to yourself, you'll come back and say, MGL, I had to buy that 7 dust spray. I had to buy it. Okay? A lot of this stuff that say they fight stuff is watered down. It's for you to buy it and all that stuff. And I done been through that, and I ain't going through that no more. So yes, that's why I say there's a place for organic and a place for synthetic in your garden, okay? These bugs don't care nothing about what you're trying to do. They gotta eat too, all right? So that's the synthetic part out the way. Now I'm gonna do some of the natural ones because now let me tell you this. When you spray anything in your garden, do not do it when the sun is up. I don't want you to do it early morning before the sun come up, because if that stuff ain't completely dried and that sun come out, it can burn your plants. So I prefer you do it in the evening time when you got all night for it to dry out. Okay? Before the sun come up the next day. All right? So that's anything. Even when you're fertilizing, you do it in the evening. You do it when there's time between that sun. That sun and the ingredients and stuff will burn your plants, even with your natural sprays. The oils and some of the natural sprays that I'm about to show y'all, the sun will burn your plants, okay? I wish I was in a class where I could say it with me. The sun will burn your plants, okay? So do it in the evening time when the sun went down. Make sure anytime you're spraying your stuff, you get under those leaves. The leaves is 9 times out of 10 where the insect lays its eggs. Okay? Make sure you get under those leaves. I do not spray my fruit with any of this. I try to keep it on the leaves. Sometimes it may drizzle down or whatnot, but I try to make sure that I have harvested everything that's ripe. And then, or either spray before I start to get any flowers and any fruits. That way, you have a little better chance of it not being on your fruit, on your food, okay? 7 lasts a while. If you get the 7 spray, I got some 7 dust powder that I've had since 2020. But I like the spray, okay? If you get it, so many bugs. Let me tell y'all, I saw yesterday, it's some new caterpillars in my backyard. They got big, long, black antennas. Look, I call them antennas. They look like antennas. Red eyes, white body with a big white thing, black thing coming up out the back and up the butt part, rump part, whatever. It's long like an antenna, but it's just one at the end, and he's I've never seen those in my backyard. But they out there. And I said, no, we ain't finna do this. I done seen another bug that I ain't never seen that's out there. I said, nuh-uh. I know my little natural sprays ain't gonna take care of those. So I know what I gotta do, okay? And that's just how it is, all right? So, let me see who in here. Well, you know what? I'll get to all y'all comments. These not even bugs now, they're creatures. Exactly. So let's go ahead. I don't blame y'all. See how much your garden has grown. Shame if they got, yes, Yes, and a lot of y'all that's new, y'all will see it. Mark my word, y'all will see it. Because it ain't just happening to just one person. It's happening to a lot of people. And there's a lot of people, you'll be surprised, that's probably using other stuff. Hold on, y'all. Using other stuff in their garden. But they don't want to tell you. Because they want to say that they have an organic garden. And that's just the way it is. But I'm going to tell you because you're going to see it for yourself, okay? Now, these little sprays, if it's something very mild, or every week I want to go around the house or whatever, I use these sprays. And I do use them in the garden. I'll tell you each one. I do use them in the garden because they make the garden smell so good. It really do. All right, so the first one. Now, I should have some Dawn dishwashing liquid or some of that. I used to use the Nature Promise from Food Line, the simple dishwashing liquid, but I ain't got neither one of those. I got some Palmolive, and that's what I'm using. Okay, that's what I'm using. But you want a mild detergent, whatever. I don't go through all that. The dishwashing liquid is dishwashing liquid, and that's what I use. Okay, so I pulled out my oils. It's that time for my oils. Okay. I got these sprayers. Y'all probably been seeing these boxes of sprayers when I show y'all the purple pantry. I had 3 boxes, and I told y'all that's for the summer months. I got to make my sprays. So, I had to pull them out. Got me some, I had these from last year when they was on clearance. So, I had to pull them out so I can redo everything and all that good stuff. All right? So, what we're going to do is, the first one, I'm going to make my peppermint and rosemary. Normally, I would do 1 rosemary, 1 peppermint. This year, I'm going to do peppermint and rosemary, okay? That's gonna be for the garden, all right? So this is full of water. I left some room so when I put the top on it, it don't come all up and overflow, okay? Like that, all right? So you want to leave a little bit of room in your container, okay? I hope y'all can see me. Let me go back some. All right, so I use about 10 to 20. Probably gonna do 20 though. 20 drops per container. And like I say, this is my peppermint and rosemary. I'm almost out of rosemary, so I know I need to get that. But this will work on aphids and stuff, depending on how bad it is, how much rain, and how quick they come back, okay? Now I say you can try these natural ones first, and then if you got to go to your synthetic sprays, that 7 dust spray, do it if you feel comfortable, okay? But so I'm gonna put three. Y'all put about 10 or 10 to 20. I put it in there because I've been making these so long, so I eyeball it, and I can even go off the smell, okay? All right, when I think it's good enough. It's the smell that most bugs don't like, okay? So this is my rosemary, and you want the natural essential oil, okay? I got a lot of peppermint because I keep peppermint. This one is my peppermint. It's open. You can spray peppermint around the cracks of your house, and that'll help with bugs or whatnot. Make sure you still, if you got small children and stuff, keep out of reach of children. Oils and all this, don't let it be around any kids. They don't need to ingest this or anything. It's still oil, and it's still dangerous if it's ingested. Like I say, probably about 20 in a gallon of each one. That's just me. I know many people probably say about 10 or whatnot. This how I do it, okay? Because I want it to be, when I spray it out there, I want it to be strong. All right. So that was peppermint and rosemary. All right. Now, I'm gonna add. Some people add olive oil. to it if they don't want to use dishwashing liquid. But it's the oil that messes with the pest too. So that's why you add an oil to it. And this is the peppermint and the rosemary. Simple as that. Now, I do not spray. I'm going to tell you this. I do not spray anything on brassicas and greens. To me, some of that stuff, like the salad and stuff, you're going to eat that raw. I'm not telling you to spray. I'm telling you not to spray. Don't spray, not even these oils. Don't spray them on your greens and your salads and brassicas, like your cabbage and Brussels sprouts and all that type of stuff. I've never done it, and I won't do it. Tomatoes, squash, them plants, I do it on those, okay? Your hot weather crops, not your cool weather crops. That's an easy way. So lettuce and stuff, we ain't doing lettuce and stuff. It's getting too hot for that. My lettuce bolted because it got hot. And so, you know, it's too hot for cool weather crops, okay? So that's it. This is my peppermint and rosemary. All right? I'm gonna write that on there later. Okay, so another one that I like to do and that I'm gonna be doing is one that's just lavender and oil. Lavender and oil, I won't spray this on my plants, but I will spray it around my yard, okay? Lavender spiders hate lavender. Spiders have their taste buds on their legs. And when they come in contact with lavender stuff, now, it works for a lot of the small spiders and stuff like that. We got some big spiders that be like this in the web. I have showed y'all those. No exaggeration. It don't do nothing for them. I need something stronger for them, okay? But to go along the outside of my garage, the inside of my garage, the cracks and corners of my house and the inside, if you got small children, still keep it out of their way, okay? Do not let them get to it. So, all you do is, it's my lavender, is, and these oils will last you a long time, especially if you get the big ones. I think I've had this one since 2021. I think it's when I re-upped on this one. You can get them from the Vitamin Shopping, as long as they the natural ones, okay? So this is lavender. That's probably about 20, probably about over 20. Okay. When I start smelling it really good, I quit. That's just how I do it. But like I say, 10 to 20 drops in a gallon. That's what I do. Okay? If you want to use less, then that's fine. And a little bit I put a little bit more on this because I'm not putting the lavender on my plants or nothing. This is for outside pest control or inside pest control or whatever. Let me have Kylie to bring me a marker so I don't get these mixed up. I know this is my lavender one. Give me 1 second. Kylie, you may have to go out there. I think I left it on that little stand. Bring me a permanent marker. There's a blue one out there. All right. Last but not least, I'm going to make this one just until my cold pressed neem oil comes. Okay? But the one that you can buy in the store, it don't say that it have the active azarine in it. That is the one that I prefer. Active ingredients is clarified hydrophobic extract of neem oil. Other ingredients 30%. But it really don't say that I see on here, okay, of anymore. But I know the one I get from Amazon has it and it's cold press, okay? With this one right here, you have to be very careful with any neem oil. Also, bring me some gloves. Whenever I use neem oil, I always put gloves on because you don't want that in your skin. That can be bad. And they even tell you on the back of the thing that it can be harmful. So wear gloves. Even with the essential oils, I try not to get it on my hands. You don't want too much of that stuff in your skin. So, lavender. And this is my pepper. Go in. My peppermint and rosemary. And this one is going to be my neem oil. But I'm going to write on this one and make sure I know that it's the store-bought one, okay? Because when I get my package from Amazon, then I'll know that I have the cold press one, okay? So, I think I have about 3 more of these. I bought them because they was on clearance, like I said, a couple years ago. And I used one, and I have 2 more over there. But like I said, these are just to get me by. Get me by. And I had them so long because I was using my Amazon one. So I said, okay, well, they taking forever to send it to me. I guess I'll just have to use this for now. And I just follow the directions on it. Don't do everything the way I do it. I do it because I've done it so many times, okay? But follow the directions on the measurements or whatnot. Now, with that, I do still add oil, and that's just me. Some people won't, but I do still add oil, which I get it from the dishwashing liquid, okay? And that's all. That's all for this one. I told you when to spray it and when not, okay? And there it goes. But, like I say, I will use my 7 if those do not work, all right? Those are some natural sprays. Now, you can also make these, like you can make a peppermint one by itself. You can make a rosemary by itself. You can make the lavender. Make sure you pay attention to what I say in the videos, because sometimes I'll be explaining stuff and I go back and I'm like, I know I said it that way, but somebody come and say, well, I put this on here, and I'm like, but I didn't tell you to put that on there. I didn't, I clearly said it. So, and that's, I think some people that fast forward through it, then you're gonna miss something, okay? So the lavender one I don't put on my garden. The peppermint and rosemary I don't put it on the fruit if I can help it. Sometimes it may drip on it or whatnot. Put it out there. I prefer evening time, not morning time, because the sun's still gonna come up. Like I said, it'll burn your plants. The neem oil, and I've already talked about which one is the best one. If you can't get it from Amazon, I guess you have to go with the ones in the stores. But if you see none of this is working, don't give up. You just may have to use something else that's not considered organic. But like I say, nobody will ever have an organic garden. Nobody. Because just the elements of outdoors is going to keep it from being organic. Okay, so a lot of people get kind of where they don't want to grow food. They don't want this, like, why is this, why is that? I always tell y'all, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Plants and stuff is part of nature. They gonna grow and do what they gotta do. Bugs is part of nature. They gonna go after food and do what they gotta do. And sometimes you have to have that little bit of push, that little bit of help. Okay, so yeah, I feel like it's still organic if you're growing it at home, because you still have, even if you have to put things on your food, you still have less things that has been put in it that you still get from some of the stuff in the grocery store, the produce that's in the grocery store. So in this world, ain't nothing gonna be perfect. Never gonna be perfect. The only people that's perfect is God and his son Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing in this world gonna be perfect. So the thought of having a fully organic garden, it really stumbles a lot of people, because they feel like they gotta go buy this and they gotta go buy that, they gotta go buy this, gotta go buy it, and you're just wasting your money. You're just lining the makers of that product pockets. You're lining their pockets. Keep it simple. Enjoy growing food. Keep it simple. And please understand, I cannot stress this enough. Each year, it's like I feel like I'm saying it just on repeat, like a track on repeat. There's always a place for synthetic and organic matter. And you're right. And when I say organic matter, that's your coffee grinds, that's your banana peels, that's your compost that you compost at home. That's organic. Just because a bag says organic at a store, everything ain't organic. Tell me this, if you put all organic matter in a bag, and most of you probably done heard me say this, is the bag organic? 9 times out of 10, the bag is not. The container is not. So when that goes through shipment, heat, different temps and all that, you have stuff leaking into that content that's in that bag. Nothing is completely organic. There can be matter put in that don't meet the requirements to say that, hey, this is organic. That it, like, just like I told y'all when I was gluten and dairy free, the General Mills cereal, I found out they said gluten free on the box, but that's because they had 10% of less gluten. Do that make it gluten free? No, it don't, because there is 10% or less gluten allows them to put gluten free on that box. But a person with celiac disease, because I have a friend stay around the corner, her and her kids have celiac disease. They can't have gluten at all. But that company found out a way to be able to put it on the box legally because of the amount that's in it. Same way with a lot of organic stuff. Whether you're buying produce out the stove or whatever. That stuff is not completely 100% organic. And if you just think about it, you'll see. It's not. It's not. Okay? So, that's my saying on it. I hope it helps somebody. I hope you're able to see exactly what I'm saying. And do what you got to do for your garden. Don't make it hard, okay? That's my main thing. Do not make it hard, all right? So let me get to some of y'all comments, and then I am going to get off of here. Let's see. Okay, PNG. Thank you, Ziggy. I read y'all's. Let's see. I'm so tired of the aphids and fire ants destroying my plants. Oh, let me tell you that. The ants. If you use that peppermint and rosemary oil with that dishwashing liquid, it'll kill them ants on sight. Now, I'm going to tell you a little trick. Don't put that peppermint and rosemary on your plants when the sun is out. But if you go out there and you got an ant bed and the sun is out, spray it on the ants. It'll burn them like that. Done. That peppermint and that rosemary. You can do it with just peppermint and water and dishwashing, and it'll burn. It'll burn the ants. That's one. I'm glad you said that because I love using that every year for the ants. Okay. Let's see. Yolanda's life. Hey, Mel. Hey. Yeah, so glad to see you. Looks you. Good. Bob, long hair. All right. Thank you so much. Who is this? Clyde broke again, cause wait, where's payment? Oh, okay, Clyde. Thank you. Like, I don't blame you. I see how much your friends go. Shame if they eat up. Yeah. The sun will bring plants. These even bugs or creatures. Okay, I read y'all. I never knew that good information because I moved to Arkansas last summer and these some unfamiliar. Yeah, every year it seems like it's a new breed, a new something. Every single year. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. You're welcome. They had a whistleblower expose Whole Foods for that, advertising organic when they bought it from Walmart. Ooh, Mel, it's not surprising to me. Anything good for the wasp? Ooh, honey, you can try the organic sprays to see. Because it got the oil in it. Maybe see. I haven't used anything for the wasp though, but I'm thinking, because of the oil content that's in these, it may work. You need sprays. Use that solution as well for my weeds so I don't hurt the dogs. Yep. And see, that's another thing. I did a video yesterday of the thermocell thing. If y'all didn't watch that, I did the video on that, on what I use for like mosquitoes. We used to use this stuff that say it's by off, it's bug off, and you hook it to, if y'all remember us using that last year, I think it was last year, we used that. You hook it to the hose pipe and you spray the whole backyard and stuff. It worked for mosquitoes, but the thing is, if I'm gonna give, because I wasn't giving the chickens grass. I started back this year giving the chickens grass, okay? I don't want to spray nothing on my grass. And then I feed that to the chickens. Okay, so that's another reason I had forgot to mention that in the video that I put up today that I did yesterday. I don't want to spray my backyard with stuff because summer, and I got the chickens that sometimes the kids like. If I don't have nothing from the garden, because I try to feed them out the garden, but sometimes if I don't have anything for them out the garden, the kids like going to get a little grass and feeding it to the chickens. And I don't want the buck stuff on it and feeding it to them. So that's another reason why so if y'all have free range chickens and stuff, that works good, the thermocell and stuff, because you don't want to be giving them no pesticides grass. Okay. So yeah, I get you with that, especially if you have animals. Are you seeing Japanese? Yes, I am. Florida Evans. Yes, I am. Yup. All type of bugs. And we done got a lot of rain. More rain than what we normally would get. So I'm guessing that's what it is. That's why I pulled out my old faithful. My old 7 dust spray. I said, because I will go out there and spray it. I go out there and spray it all up. I will spray. I sure will. Yes, I will. So I'm not going to get on here and tell you that, you know, things that I use, that I just use that if I know. Like I say, I told y'all last year when I bought this that I was using it. I showed y'all, I did a video showing y'all of me using it. So again, this year, you know, if it's not, I use everything I use. I use home defense around my house. I showed y'all I use snake away around my house. I use mothballs around my house. Snake away and mothballs and lime is for the snakes. We have a lot of snakes here. For the spiders and stuff, inside the cracks of the home and stuff, I use home defense. All right. But to give a little touch up of something here and there, I go to my lavender spray, okay? And then I use these for the garden. And I also use my 7 dust spray, my 7 spray for the garden too now. Because you cannot control nature. Nature will control you. And that's the bugs and all. And like I say, I'm not finna go out there. I put in too much work. Water bill be high. That's fine. Because it all balances itself out. But water bill be high. Watering 2-3 times a day. Putting in all the work, the soil. Y'all know I have the truck to come and deliver the soil every year now for the refill the buckets and stuff. Add a little touch up and stuff here and there. That's money. I'm not finna let no bugs come in and take my food. And I'm telling you, they will. And a lot of this organic stuff, you're spending your money. It's more water in it than anything, okay? And so sometimes you just have to go that route. You still have a garden, a healthy garden, if you have to use it. And when you have to use like the 7 or something, when you get your fruit, bring it in, wash it off, and set it off in some vinegar. Vinegar or salt water or whatnot. Let it sit there a couple minutes, and it'll take anything that's been on there off. Properly wash your stuff. I guarantee you it still got less chemicals in it than that stuff that they do in these warehouses, these greenhouses and stuff to make stuff grow. Okay, it's still a lot better. But don't let a lot of these companies and stuff tell you that this stuff is gonna work and then it don't. Okay, but try it for yourself and you will see. GL ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. I'm gonna tell you from experience. Okay, so I want everybody to be able to grow food and grow it well. Okay, and don't feed all the bugs or whatnot. I mean, sometimes they can have a little bit. The birds come help themselves to berries and stuff. But I mean, going out there and I got 4-5 tomatoes with 1 bite in each one, because I'm not finna eat that. If it's broke or whatnot, I'm not finna eat that. And they'll go out there and eat, and like bite out of each one of them. Like, I ain't finna deal with that. I don't need you on my plants. I don't need you. Then you got the tomato hornworm. And y'all know what that sucker can do. That sucker will eat a pepper plant, a tomato plant, or some greens all in one night. For something to be like that, them things can eat very quick. And when I see them, I don't spray them. I take them out my garden and kill them. They got to go. Eggs all on their back and stuff. The tomato hornworm for my new gardeners. Now there's more people in here. Let me see. Do I have any seasoned gardeners? Anybody that's been growing food for at least 3 to 5 years? Give me a thumbs up if you consider yourself to be a seasoned gardener. They so this. Yes, they are. Just come eat, help themselves to everything. Just biting out of stuff. It's like they trying to spy. Yeah, Yolanda, Have your plant looking like a stick. Yeah, real quick. A stick real quick. You go out there like, what the what? Gone. I ain't dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not doing it. Call what you want. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay. So I ain't got no seasoned gardeners in here. I ain't got nobody in here, and that's good, because hopefully I'm teaching somebody something that did not know. That means everybody in here is a beginner gardener. Okay. Small and mighty they are. Yep. So, Mel, you've been gardening for at least 3 to 5 years. So, you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I got some more people in here that's been gardening that long or whatnot. Y'all may just be listening. That's fine. But this is for the people that may not know. They're just starting off. And like I say, you can tell a seasoned gardener from a gardener that's just starting. So, I'm trying to give you information. Okay? So you don't do that. I couldn't find the thumbs up. I got you. So y'all, so now y'all have it. I have done the video for the year. I think I made more last year and the year before that. So if you want to see, it'll be like natural spray. If you type in Mississippi Girl Life and type in natural sprays, you'll see each one that I do each year. Because when I did the 7, I think I did it on a separate video last year. Okay, so like I say again, let me go ahead and show y'all this again. This is also what I'll be using. You know, if I see my natural sprays ain't working like that, my 7 insect killer. Yeah, get ants, hornworms, stink bugs, Japanese beetles, aphids, Colorado potato beetle. That's what them things are. I see those at the white flies, cabbage loopers, all of them. You got to go. You got to go. And I'm gonna tell you, some of that stuff, some of them bugs eat that stuff and don't have no problem with some of like the oils. And so that's why I say I started off first. And if I don't see no progress, because each year is different, each season is different, y'all know what I'm gonna be using. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So my next video that I have to do probably gonna be a live stream. It's gonna be fertilizers, because y'all know I do that every year. I think I did that over on Amazing Grace. That video should still be over there, but will do a refresher over here on Mississippi Girl Licensed Gardening is now back over here. So that'll probably be a live stream a little later on, or either tomorrow. All right. A lot of people ain't gonna like me about that one neither, about the fertilizer. I get a lot of responses each year because of that, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, okay? And those armor worms. So, oh yes, honey, yes. I got some great ideas though. Got you from you. I'm glad. Does that spray have an expiration date? Which one? The one I made with the oil or the 7 spray? Because I sure got that one last year. And that one right there, I think it's about $20, but it's a lot in there. You can see it's the big container of it, because they do have a smaller little spray one. The 7 spray, I don't know, honey, because you probably on the same page as I'm, because I'm sure going to stock up on it. Hey, I'm sure gonna stock up on it, y'all, to have it, because like I said, I had this last year. I don't see no expiration date on it. I don't think so. I don't know, honey. I don't know, but I'm sure gonna stock up on it. That's gonna go part of my purple pantry. Sure gonna stock up on it, because each year, like I say, the bugs get crazy. You know what's up? Yeah, Yolanda, when you said it, I said, yep, she gonna go stock up on some. I sure am. Because with all this stuff going on, and they trying to keep people from growing their own food. And I'm looking at some of these bugs suspect, like, where you come from? I'm wondering, like, were you grown somewhere that I don't know about and just been released? I don't know. But I ain't got time for that. I be thinking all that stuff. Like, where you? I ain't never seen you in my life. Where did you come from? No. Never seen you. So you don't know what's been breeded and put out and all this, and they don't want nobody growing food and all this type of stuff. You don't know. So I know natural sprays work to a certain extent. So, honey, when you said it, we on the same page. I'm like, yep, because this week, God said the same. I shall be getting about 5 more of those. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to go and put it back, because I know I'm probably going to need it. So, it is what it is. That's just the downright truth. So, I wished I would have wanted to use it couple years back, because I was only doing the sprays, and I got tired of them insects just eating up all my stuff. I done showed y'all those come out there with nothing. And like when I pick my collard greens, I don't like the stem, so I pick all the greens. It looked like I had picked my own greens and took all the greens off the stem. Them daggone bugs. I sprayed a water bug with Ray, and he shook it off like nothing. Yup. That's why I say you got to get something a little stronger. You put all that time in, it won't have nothing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they be eating a lot of that stuff, and I'm gonna tell you that Neem oil that I'm talking about. I'm waiting on my package to come in with that, but I'm still using this 7 because Neem oil is really, really good. But some bugs do exactly what you said. Walk right through it, shake it off, keep going, like whatever. But last year when I sprayed this 7 spray, So before they change some ingredients, if they ain't already changed it and watered it down more because of all these terrorists and everybody trying to say something, I'm gonna go ahead and stock up on it, okay? Gonna go ahead and stock up on it, all right? Thanks for the shower. Exactly. You know that's right. Yup. Like, hey, like what she thinks she doing. Like this not finna bother me. Okay? So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all took some from it. Like I say, I will redo my fertilized one because I know I did it on Amazing Grace earlier this year. But I also do that when I do the soil, I do the sprays, and I do the fertilizer each year. So y'all ain't got to worry about typing in and going to watch it. You can if you want, but I will have, it'll probably be a live screen because it's just a little bit more easier to do those. My fertilizer one is just going to be straight simple. Y'all already know. Those who've been watching me, y'all already know. It's going to be very, very simple and to the point. Okay, so I'm going after a lot of my newer subscribers, okay, for as growing food, because this is something a lot of people is trying to do, especially with the prices of food and stuff, and a lot of people just don't know, and I just don't want people to go waste their money. The money you wasting on a lot of this stuff that they say you need and all this, that can be on seeds, that can be on soil, that can be on things you need in the garden. Okay, do what's best for you. Like I told y'all, some simple as getting a thermocell for mosquitoes. I'm not gonna spray my garden again because I feed the chickens may have that grass, may get hold to that grass. So I have to have some around. So if you haven't watched that video, I put that video up this morning. I filmed it yesterday. So watch that one. Y'all got this one. If you done made it to the replay, fertilizer one is coming up, which today would have been a good day. I'm not going out there doing it now, but today would have been a good day for me to fertilize. I haven't fertilized the garden this year, and y'all know, most of y'all know how I fertilize the garden. I haven't did it this year because it kept saying it was gonna rain today, and today would have been a good day. It's been raining off and on, but it's been like a little it's all gloomy out and stuff. Now it's been like that all day. At 65 degrees, I get cold. Okay. I get cold. So, but the sun didn't come out, and that would have been perfect to go ahead and fertilize. But it's fine. Tomorrow's supposed to be 70. Yeah, I may do it tomorrow, and I may just go live and show y'all how I do it. Very simple. I may just do that. So yeah, I don't know. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Thank y'all for coming in. I hope it was informational. Those of you that see the what is it, that sees the replay, comment, let me know if you found something helpful. Like I say, still, you can still go back and watch some of my ones from last year when I did the natural sprays, because I kept it more simpler this time. I think I made them individually, but it's the same concept, okay? Same concept, all right? So either way it goes. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Remember, gardening is supposed to be fun. If you make it hard, it may not never get done. And also remember, gardening is part of being prepared. If you are in a small area, grow vertically, not horizontally. You get more stuff going upward than going out here in a small area. If you in an apartment and you got a balcony, a deck, or whatever, grow on it. You can grow something that can feed your family if it needs to in an emergency situation. You can grow stuff inside. I do have indoor garden videos from a couple years back. I still have the grow tent up because I'm still doing some indoor gardening in there. Right now, my dragon fruits is in there. That's the only thing that's in there right now is my dragon fruits. I did not put them outside because they are doing so well inside of there. So I said, shoot, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna leave well enough alone. They doing good in there with the grow light or whatnot, so I'm gonna leave them in there. But I am gonna grow some more stuff. So hey Diane Wynn, hey honey. So, but yeah, let me get off in here. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one if it's God's will. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Bye.